Understanding the principles of strategic leadership is essential because it drives long-term success, aligns organizational resources, and guides effective decision-making. Key aspects include long-term vision, adaptability, and clear communication. Strategic leadership is the ability to guide an organization toward long-term success while managing daily operations. It requires balancing a clear, forward-looking vision with adaptability, emotional intelligence, and continuous innovation, empowering teams to voluntarily contribute to shared objectives. Strategic leadership is not about tasks. It is the system that determines whether an organization performs. Strategic leadership is a component of a cascading system that benefits an organization's internal and external customers. The system works as follows. A leadership system is implemented. These drive tactics of the strategic leadership approach, which flows to leadership execution methodologies, and ultimately organizational outcomes, the true product of effective leadership. First, let's delve into some key characteristics of strategic leaders. They include visionary thinking. Strategic leaders possess a clear and compelling vision for the future. They can articulate this vision in a way that inspires and motivates others within the organization. This vision serves as a roadmap, guiding decision-making and aligning efforts across all levels of the organization. Adaptability. The business environment is constantly evolving, and strategic leaders must be able to adapt to these changes. This involves being open to new ideas, embracing innovation, and being willing to pivot strategies when necessary. Adaptability ensures that the organization remains relevant and competitive. Decision-making skills. Strategic leaders make decisions that have long-term implications. These decisions require a thorough analysis of various factors, including risks, opportunities, and potential outcomes. Effective strategic leaders are decisive, yet flexible enough to adjust their decisions as new information becomes available. Communication skills. Clear and effective communication is essential for strategic leaders. They must be able to convey their vision, strategies, and expectations to all stakeholders, including employees, investors, customers, and partners. Good communication ensures alignment and fosters a sense of shared purpose. And emotional intelligence. Strategic leaders should possess high levels of emotional intelligence, allowing them to manage their own emotions and understand the emotions of others. This skill is critical for building strong relationships, resolving conflicts, and creating a positive organizational culture. In today's fast-paced and complex business environment, strategic leadership is more important than ever. Here are some reasons why. Navigating change. Organizations face continuous change, whether due to technological advancements, regulatory shifts, or market dynamics. Strategic leaders help organizations navigate these changes by anticipating future trends and preparing accordingly. This proactive approach minimizes disruptions and positions the organization for success. Driving innovation. Strategic leaders foster a culture of innovation by encouraging creative thinking and experimentation. They understand that innovation is essential for growth and competitiveness. By promoting a forward-thinking mindset, strategic leaders help organizations develop new products, services, and business models. Sustaining competitive advantage. In a competitive marketplace, sustaining a competitive advantage is crucial. Strategic leaders identify and leverage the organization's unique strengths while also seeking ways to improve and differentiate. This ongoing strategic focus helps the organization stay ahead of competitors. Enhancing organizational financial and social performance. Strategic leadership aligns the organization's resources, capabilities, and activities with its long-term goals, including both financial and social performance and the satisfaction of various stakeholder claims. For example, employees are more engaged and motivated when they understand how their work contributes to the broader strategic objectives. External stakeholders like suppliers are more inclined to work with organizations that have similar goals. And building resilience. Strategic leaders prepare organizations for unforeseen challenges by building resilience. This involves developing contingency plans, investing in capabilities that enhance agility, and fostering a culture of continuous learning and improvement. Resilient organizations can better withstand shocks and emerge stronger from crises. There are many skills that strategic leaders must develop to increase their effectability and tactically navigate the unknown. They include anticipation, means to expect, foresee, or prepare for something before it happens. Strategic leaders must recognize industry trends and shifts before they impact your organization. Challenge, means to question, push back against, or disrupt the normal, established way that things are done. Strategic leaders should question the status quo and encourage diverse points of view. Interpret, means to diagnose the meaning of information or behaviors, translate them into usable terms, and make them actionable. Strategic leaders must synthesize complex data from ambiguous situations. Decision-making is the cognitive and practical process of choosing a course of action from several possible alternatives. Strategic leaders must be able to make resolute yet flexible decisions. Alignment is the process of ensuring that everyone across all levels of an organization share a unified vision, common goals, and consistent values. Strategic leaders must be able to unify stakeholders and team members around a collective vision. And learning is the continuous process by which individuals learn from experiences, model ongoing personal growth, and actively shape a supportive culture that helps others develop. Strategic leaders must promote a culture where calculated risks and even failures serve as learning mechanisms. Strategic leadership operates across 4 interconnected domains to balance long-term vision with daily action. The 4 core domains include: strategic thinking is the what. It is the ability to connect daily choices to long-term goals, anticipate future trends, and navigate complex challenges. Key elements include acumen, how you think and find insights; allocation, how you focus resources; and action, how you execute and collaborate. It focuses on analysis, context, and future possibilities, absorbing data to set direction and solve complex challenges. Influencing is the why. It is the intentional method leaders use to gain willing cooperation, shape long-term decisions, and build trust by aligning people around a shared vision. It relies on 3 primary core appeals: logical head arguments, emotional heart values, and cooperative hands collaboration. It acts as the driver for motivation and persuasion to rally people and communicates the core purpose. Relationship building is the who. It involves intentionally building trust, aligning mutual interests, and fostering collaboration across internal and external networks to achieve long-term organizational goals. Key components include cultivating psychological safety, providing mutual value, and ensuring consistency over time. Relationship building focuses on connection, empathy, and team cohesion. It determines who is best suited for specific roles and partnerships. And executing is the how. Strategic leadership execution is the critical process of turning long-term organizational goals into real outcomes through clear priorities, shared accountability, and disciplined operational alignment. It turns grand ideas into reliable performance and results, and manages the granular steps, discipline, and focus required to finish tasks. Here is how they connect. Task versus people balance. Strategic thinking and executing are task-oriented drivers, while influencing and relationship building are people-oriented connectors that give those tasks meaning. And cyclical flow. Leaders use strategic thinking to map the destination, influencing to get buy-in, relationship building to organize the team, and executing to deliver the final results. Strategic leadership typically operates across 4 interconnected levels. The chain of strategic leadership include: vision, defining the organization's desired, inspirational future state over a 5 to 10-year horizon. A strategic leader's vision is the compelling, 5 to 10-year destination an organization strives to reach. It translates core purpose into a tangible future, acting as a North Star to align daily actions, drive resource allocation, and motivate teams through continuous market changes. Mission establishing the organization's core values, identity, and purpose for existence. A strategic leader's mission is to guide an organization toward long-term success while adapting to immediate challenges. This involves defining a compelling vision, aligning core values and purposes, the mission, and mobilizing resources to achieve objectives. They focus on the big picture to ensure sustained competitive advantage. Strategy. Outlining the specific directions and mechanisms needed to achieve the vision. Strategic leadership is the ability to guide an organization toward long-term success while adapting to current challenges. It requires a shift from firefighting daily operational tasks to building a shared vision, anticipating market shifts, and aligning resources for sustainable competitive advantage. In action. Executing immediate steps to translate strategies into real-world progress. Strategic leadership action bridges high-level vision and daily execution. To shift from a tactical manager to a strategic leader, take action by anticipating industry trends, challenging the status quo, empowering teams with clear decision frameworks, aligning diverse stakeholders, and fostering a collaborative learning environment. Implementing strategic leadership requires aligning your long-term vision with daily execution. Start by defining your why, zooming out to analyze market trends, translating high-level goals into actionable objectives and key results, and fostering cross-functional collaboration to empower your workforce. To successfully bridge the gap between strategy and performance, consider adopting these key practices. Communicate the vision. Articulate your goals clearly to inspire stakeholders and build trust through transparency. Emphasize continuous learning. Use environmental scan tools, like SWOT or PESTLE, to analyze your organization's position. Build leadership capacity. Encourage experimentation, support the management of the plan, and provide ongoing training. Ensure leadership alignment. Ensure all departments share the same understanding of success to close the strategy performance gap. And maintain flexibility. Lead change by being decisive yet adaptable, testing your strategies, and adjusting course based on feedback. Explore essential characteristics of strategic leaders. Strategic leadership planning blends long-term vision with actionable implementation. It requires leaders to scan their environment, think critically to generate options, and align the organization on core priorities using measurable goals. It converts ambition into sustainable, everyday execution. The strategic leadership planning process generally involves several core concepts. 1. The strategic mindset. Strategic leaders rely on acumen, insight and context awareness, allocation, focusing resources for competitive advantage, and action, execution and collaboration. It involves looking beyond the current boundaries of the business and questioning safe opinions and perspectives. 2. Situational and environmental scanning. Before executing a strategy, leaders must analyze the internal and external environment to determine the most effective course of action. A common tool for this is the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, or SWOT analysis to assess current capabilities against market dynamics. 3. Defining the strategic roadmap. A formal strategic plan builds on foundational concepts that require continuous communication and alignment. Mission and vision. The organization's current purpose and its aspirational future goal. Values. The behavioral guidelines that dictate how the team operates. And SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound objectives. On the last slide, the concept of SMART goals was introduced. This point needs to be understood, and so here it will be discussed in more detail. SMART goals are a strategic framework for goal setting designed to dramatically increase your chances of success. The SMART framework is as follows. Specific. Your objective should be clear and well-defined. Instead of a broad target, answer the W questions. What do I want to accomplish? Who is involved? Where is this happening? Why is this important? Measurable. Establish concrete criteria for tracking progress and measuring success. Ask yourself how much? How many? Or how will I know when it is accomplished? Achievable. Ensure the goal is realistic and attainable. Consider if you have the necessary skills, resources, time, and physical capability to achieve it, or if it stretches your abilities reasonably. Relevant. The goal must matter to you and align with your broader objectives, such as career trajectory, personal values, or team strategy. And time-bound. Every goal needs a target date or a clear time frame. A deadline creates urgency and prevents everyday tasks from taking priority over your longer-term goals. 4. Strategy implementation and monitoring. A plan is only as good as its execution. Strategic leadership involves distributing finances, personnel, and technology according to priorities, followed by regular monitoring using key performance indicators, or KPIs, to track progress. And 5. Adaptability and change management. Nothing stays the same. What works today may not tomorrow. Markets and environments can be volatile, requiring leaders to pivot, embrace continuous improvement, and overcome organizational resistance. Being a strategic leader means developing certain traits that lead to real long-term success. Unlike skills you can learn, these traits are who you are as a leader and how you connect with others. Here are 5 key traits that really mean being a strategic leader. Honesty. It is at the core of effective leadership. Strategic leaders are honest about both successes and challenges, which builds trust and integrity within the team. This transparency encourages openness and ensures that everyone is working toward the same objectives. Collaboration. Strategic leaders encourage teamwork and actively create opportunities for collaborative work. By involving others and respecting diverse perspectives, they foster a culture where innovation can thrive and where everyone feels invested in the organization's goals. Positivity. A positive attitude is contagious. When teams are led by upbeat leaders, they tend to work harder and feel happier. Simple gestures, like providing snacks or keeping an upbeat tone in communications, can foster a supportive environment. Passion. When leaders are passionate about what they do, it inspires everyone around them. They couple this passion with commitment, ensuring they remain focused on achieving success. By leading by example and working alongside their team, they motivate others to match their effort. When everyone feels engaged in the larger strategy, it strengthens the team's drive toward shared goals. And good listening skills. Good leaders know listening is as important as communicating. By actively listening to their team's ideas and concerns, they lift morale and get valuable insights from those who know the day-to-day best. This listening enables strategic leaders to improve and innovate and show their team every voice matters. Developing strategic leadership skills is vital because it drives long-term success, enhances organizational adaptability, and aligns daily actions with a future vision. Key benefits include improved decision-making under pressure, stronger team engagement, and effective navigation of market changes. We hope you found this training video valuable. Please give us a like and click the subscribe button to access additional FSTG training videos.